So can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So particular user have how many roles? Particular user have how many roles? For example, one user will have four roles. One user will have four roles. So the end user will search username and the parameter. And user will search the username and the parameter. Based on that, username and the parameter. Based on that, roles will display. So that means that user related. So in this requirement, here we will display user ID, username, role name, role ID. So user ID, username, role ID, role name. Okay. So there are the columns we need to display. For example, I will search the dev.90 user. So the dev.90 user, how many records will come for that roles information also we can display here. Okay. For example, dev.90 or dev.30, whatever the user you passed, for that user have how many roles are there. So that role information we need to display here in the report. Okay. Or for example, end user will pass null as the username. All the user information, all the role information will be displayed.
So how many users are created and user have also
that information. For example, one user have one role in there. So that means one role only will be displayed. Okay. So for this one, first we will create one sample data in the front end. So every requirement, guys, first we need to do some sample data in the front end. So then only you will understand the flow how it is going. Okay. So but in the real time, right? In the real time, client or functional consultant will show you how to create the sample data. But we don't have a client and functional consultant. I am going to create the sample data creation. Okay. So let's create one simple user, and in that only we are going to display the one user. How it is coming the data, same thing. It will display for other users also. So let's say first we'll create some sample data in the front end. Dev 30 or Dev 90?
Dev 90.
Dev 90, right? So what am I doing here? Rules. Security console. Users. And username, something I will write. Add role. IT security manager. Application. Application implementation. IT security manager. Application implementation. Save and close. So we are for this user we have two roles are there. For this user we have two roles are there. Just example purpose I am taking one user, but at the end any user you pass, that user related roles will display in the report. Okay. And one more thing is, you definitely you are maybe someone will ask in interview. So this information already you are seeing in the front end, right? So why do we require report? So this screen only accessible for only 10 members or 15 members in the real time. Hmm? Only 10 members or 15 members in the real time. But some other people also should access this information. But they want to see only view data. They cannot modify this one. So such cases will create the BIP report.
This is developer mode, no? The end user can't access this.
So this is the end user cannot access this screen. You can say that end user cannot access this screen, but we can provide the report, and they will enter the parameter. Based on that, they will see the how many users have it, how many roles are there. Auditing purpose. You can say that auditing purpose they want to see that.
Okay.
They want to close. So guys, whenever you are doing any report development, right? So in interviewer they will ask what is the use case of you are developing the report? What is the requirement? Why we have to do that? So they will confuse you. Already this requirement already developed by Oracle, right? Why we have to develop? You say that any region, but genuine region you can tell. So okay, we need to display user ID, username, role name, and role ID. So this is the columns. But here one thing. So this user screen and roles will store into different table. These roles are there, no? These roles will store into different table. So this is the user and roles. Okay, na? So we need to find out the table names for the user, table names for the roles. Table name for the user, table name for the roles. We need to find out that. How to find out the table name for the user, table name for the roles? That I will tell you. First, need to go to OEL. So I'll go here. Upload application. Use for tables and views. Tables and views for HTML. Here you can local human resource. So first we will check the whatever the columns given by client, right? So whatever the columns given by client, that we need to check. So let's say you have to work r underscore users. R underscore users is the table name. underscore users is the table name. Okay. So in the par underscore users table, we have columns are there like this. So there are the columns. So but what columns client expecting? User ID and username. So first you need to write select statement. Select par underscore users. So what columns required? User ID. So what columns required? Username. Select user ID, username. But so here the thing is role name and role ID we will not see in the per users table. So you will not see role name and role IDs. Okay, now? Okay. So role name and role ID you will not see in the per users table. So what you will do here? You have there is a tables are there per user history, per user roles. Go to per user roles. Per user roles. So per user roles, what is there? User ID is there, role ID is there. User ID is there, role ID is there. But role name not there here. If you look at this one, role name not there. So here if you look at this one, per user roles, so there is no role name. Role name not there. So but user ID is there. So what you need to do for that user? So here this user ID the foreign key. This user ID the foreign key here. You know foreign key, primary key, right? You're not covered.
Yes,
It's
sir.
covered.
Yes.
So this user ID is the foreign key in the per user roles table. That means one user we have multiple roles, right? One user we have multiple roles will be there. Okay. So now what you will do? Per user roles and per users we need to join. Per users and per user roles we need to join. So let's take the per user roles here. So when you are like alias name, right? You know alias names.
Yes,
So per users is the table name, PU is the alias name. So normally in the real time, what you will do, whatever the table names used, right? P users means U. Okay. And per user roles, per users PU. Both the tables have common columns. Per users PU, per user roles PU. So now what you will do, you need to write like this: PU dot user ID and PU dot PU dot. But here the problem is PUR dot role ID we will get here. Correct, right? PUR dot role ID, role underscore ID. What about role name? But role name not there na here. The problem you understand or not? So in the per user roles table, there is no role name. Got it or not? So there is no role name here. But client expectation is to bring the role name also. Okay, so to get the role name, I think we need to search some other tables here. So there is some per roles DNVL. You can take this one. Per roles DNVL. In the per roles DNVL is the view. Okay. So now in this view we are taking the role name. Role ID there here. Role ID also there here. This is role ID there. Role name also there. Okay, but if I use this table, Total 3 tables are there. So if I use this table and this table, but there is no link, right? Per users to per roles DNVL, there is no link. How I am doing this? There is no link. There is no user ID column here. Got it or not? See, if you look at this one, the problem is, so Oracle given 3 tables for roles display. Per users is there, per user roles is there, per roles DNVL is there. So per users and per roles DNVL, there is no link there. Understand or not? Per users key, per role DNVL key, there is no link. So why how I am telling? Because if you look at this one, per users table, if you look at this one, the per users table, user ID is there. Per roles DNVL, there is no user ID there. So whenever you want to bring the data from multiple tables, we need to have a common column between the 2 tables. Between 2 tables, we need to have a common columns.
The user ID here, role ID is common.
See here, if you look at this one, you need to see before you build a query, right? First, we need to do like this. Per underscore users.
User ID.
What is the column in there? Primary key column. User underscore ID. You have to prepare like this before you do the preparation. User roles. We have
Role ID and role name. User ID.
we have a user ID also there, na?
User ID.
We have a
User ID and role ID.
role ID
Role
also.
ID.
In per roles DNVL.
Role ID and role name.
Role underscore ID. So this is the way. First, we need to find out the common columns between the 3 tables. Common columns between the 3 tables. So we found out now. We found the common columns between the 3 tables. So you definitely ask this question to me. So can't we directly link the per users to per roles DNVL? No. Why? Because per users there is no common column between these 2. Understand, right? So that is the first thing you have to understand. So the only way is per users table, per user roles, we can give the link. Then from here you need to give the link to get the role name. So if Oracle has given the role name directly in this table, if Oracle has given directly the role name in this table, so we should not have used this one, right? See, if Oracle has given directly role name in this table, so we should not have to use per role DNVL. But they have designed the tables such a way, we have to use like that only. Understand, right? So they have given the table name such a way, we have to use like that only. Got it or not? So first thing is we have to understand. So how many tables are there for this total scenario, total requirement? So that tables you need to put like this, or maybe you can maintain one Excel sheet. So what is the common columns between these tables? Like that. And check the sample data what I have created. So what is the sample data I have created? So first we will check only one record. Homshi.user is the username. How many roles are there for this user?
2
roles are there. First we need to check the data matching or not between these 3 tables. Data matching or not. So after you find out the common columns, you need to check whether user ID from per users table, this user ID data from per users table, and this per user roles user ID data matching or not. This role ID from per user roles table and here role ID matching or not. To get the role name. So here I will write. First thing is prepare the column names, find out the table names. Then after that, what you will do?
Create
Create the common columns. Common columns first be identified. Then you go this table. First step is go to this table. So this is the way I use it to be in the real time. Go to the reports and analytics. Browse catalog. Create data model. So this is the way you have to verify this SQL file. Oh, sorry, this is same. So what you will do? We have created some sample data, right? So where username equal to first you need to verify like this. So this is the way data check we need to do, guys. Before you do joins, we need to do data check like this. So whatever the sample data we have created, right, are in the name function items. Just give any name. Otherwise, you can mention users. Otherwise, you can mention for understanding purpose. You can mention like this. This is the way I used to do develop the reports, guys. First for users, click on OK. Now data, click on view. So in the per users table, we got the user ID. So user record has stored in the backend. Okay, take the user ID here. Take the user ID here. Take the user ID here and put it like this. So this is the table name, this is the column name, and this is the sample data. Sample data who will give in the real time functional consultant. Here there is no functional consultant. That is the reason I have created sample data. So take like this. Till clear now? Okay. Now what you will do? This data, whatever the data we have found from per users table, copy this one and put it here.
That should be matched with the per user roles.
Exactly. So this value should match into per user roles table or not. So that is the way data check you need to do. So that I am doing now. So go here, data set, select this one, query. Okay. What is the common column?
User ID.
ID.
User ID equal to the data whatever you found. So now you tell me, guys. You tell me if I run this query, how many records will come? 2 or 1?
It's one record.
User ID and role ID is the 2 records will come.
2 or 1? Confident?
One only, no?
Two roles, there are multiple roles.
Two roles are there, na?
Yes, sorry. Roles are two.
Roles are 2, na? So one user we have created 2 roles, right?
Right,
So
right.
now what is the expectation here? Two records will come.
With the same user ID.
Exactly correct. See? So you check this user ID data matching or not here? Matching or not?
Yes, matching.
Okay. So this is the way you check. Now what you will do? You do like this. Role ID. When I am developing the report now, this is the way I used to do, guys. So here user ID data, this user ID data matching. So matching or not? So this value matching, right? Okay,
Yes.
that is clear, na? Okay. So now for this user, how many roles are there? 2 roles are there. So now this role ID, this is the role ID. This is the role ID. Now one more role ID also there.
Wait.
This is the role ID. This is the role ID, huh? This is the role ID. Okay.
So Vamshi, what is the difference between the user role ID and role ID?
User role ID, the primary key of this business, this table.
Here user is
User role ID is the primary key of your second table. User role ID is the primary key of your second table. See, for example, you know, right? I already covered department table. Right. Okay. Okay, now. So DPT number, DPT name, DPT number, location. Here, department number is the primary key. Department number is the department number 10, department name, location. Just I am creating some sample data for your understanding. Department name, names, yeah. Sorry. See here, this is wrong now. So primary key always will not support the duplicates. Employee table, employee number. So here employee number is the primary key of your employee table. So department number is the foreign key in the employee table. So here department number should match. Employee name something. Department number. Sorry. 10. So this data should be duplicate. That is fine. But so this value should not be duplicated. So here employee number is the primary key of your employee table. Same way. User role ID is the primary key of your second table.
Yeah. Here simply user have 2 roles. That's why it's showing 2 roles IDs.
Yes, correct.
But user is one, that's why one user ID is came. 2 roles we have. That's why role IDs are 2 different IDs.
Correct. 2 different role IDs are there. Understand, Arshit, now? User role ID. See, user role ID is same like employee number we are maintaining primary key, right? Same way also user role ID is the primary key of your second table. I mean this table. Okay, na? So now guys, so per user table, this user ID there that is matching, and for this user, so there are the role IDs are there. So now this check success. You can mention yes. Here also you can mention yes. Now what you need to check? This role ID values, this role ID data, there in this view or not. If these 2 values are there in this view, then this is also success. This role ID is there in this table, in this view or not. That we need to check. How to check? Tell me guys. How to check?
Taking the role ID.
We can write subquery also.
Huh?
Subquery కూడా రాయొచ్చు.
You will understand subquery, Praveen. Other people will not understand, right?
Okay.
Others will not understand, right? Subquery. So, okay. Subquery concept also I will cover. Okay. Select star from per roles DML, their role ID in. Okay, click on OK. So now, if you look at this one, how many came? See, now you verify the role ID. You verify the role ID from first table, matching or not. Second, 126, matching or not.
That role name also show in application.
The role name also coming, right? This is the two roles we added, right? Whatever the sample data given by functional consultant, all the things are matching or not.
Yes, matching.
So this is the way. First, you have to verify. First, one record you can verify. If it is working fine, then you can start build the query. Here or not, guys. So now you mention here the role IDs are matched. You mention success. So first to take the common columns, then take the primary key and foreign key columns, and then you pass the data, whatever sample data given by functional consultant. So with the one record, you can search here. So whatever the data which given by functional consultant, you search like this. So you need to check this user ID matching. This role ID is matching here. Match means data coming correctly.
If there are 10 records as well, we have to check for one user, and then we can continue with the process, right?
Correct. 10 records also, one record also. First, you can test only one record, guys. If the data coming, other username also data will come perfect. You cross verify. You cross verify 2 or 3 records.
Okay.
So I have verified only one record, right? You create another user and verify the data coming perfectly or not with this combination. If the data coming perfect, then build the query. So now you tell me, guys. You tell me this one. This one. Here, what you will do? What is the column name? PRDV dot. So you can go here, take this column. Like this. So now the important thing is what? Important thing is what?
Where condition?
We need to write the where condition. So per user table, per user roles table, what is join?
User ID.
User ID. Simple now. PU dot user underscore ID equal to
PRU dot. And we need to use.
And so for this table, what is the join?
Role ID.
Role ID.
Role underscore ID equal to PRDV dot. So data matching right here. So for this table, user ID and per user roles, user ID, I have given the join. So still, if you want to understand, you can put like that. Data matching kuda meer ila pettukochu. సో డేటా మ్యాచ్ అవుతున్నా లేదా? So like that you can compare, or you can put like that, or you can do like this also. So now what is the another requirement in this one? We need to pass the bind parameter, right? Need to pass the parameter or not?
Yes.
No, username, right? U dot username kada. Username equal to NVL of colon the username. Or if you want to verify the for single record, you can hard code here. How to hard code? So just you can comment this one. Comment means this line will not execute. Comment means this line will not execute. Okay. You cross verify like this whether data coming correctly or not. For that you will do like this. So this is called hard coding. So now what you will do? Copy this. So now go here. You mention final here. Just final query. HCM. Comma. Comma. From it now. Don't modify the changes here. Modify the changes here. Modify the changes here and upload here. Okay. So now final columns, whatever the client has given the data, whatever the client has given the sample data, matching or not, see here. User ID coming, username coming, role ID coming. For this user, 2 roles are there. So whatever the functional consultant has given the sample data, or functional consultant has shown sample data in the front end, so that is matching or not?
Yes, Manish.
Like that. So this is the way you have to prepare the queries. So once the data matching with the hard code, so this is called hard code. So then you comment this one, uncomment to this one. Uncomment like this. So after that, whatever we have used for testing purpose, right? You remove here. This is not required now. So this is only for data verification. This is only for data verification. And I am removing now here. Okay, right? Or you want to use these queries to be put here, or it is okay? You are understandable.
Understandable.
Can I delete?
Yes, yes.
So, roles. Those are roles info. Convert. So because we are passing null, right? All the data coming. So now what you will do? You mention two records will come. You pass the dev.90, this one dev.90 or dev.30.
90.
Dev.9.
That's dev.90. See, so dev.90 records change, right? Change or not? No. For the dev.90, this many roles are there.
We can use the export option right now.
Yeah, then after you do this one, then you know, right, steps.
Yes, yes.
Steps you know, right? How to create the BIP report. See, the data model preparation only complex guys. So this is simple query. This is the simple columns are there, right? That is the reason you have means we have found quickly, but in the real time it may be 30-40 columns are there. 30-40 columns will be there in one report. So that time it will be a little bit tricky to do one by one. But they will give the time. Time they will give. Time they will give. So the BIP report creation we will do on tomorrow.
Okay, sir.